Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So in today's video we are going to be following on from Tuesday's video with another massive game collection that I have picked up from Nicky. I will admit I haven't done a count up yet of how many new games we've got for the collection. I'll put a number down here just so you can see. But yeah, we have got a whole stack of games. We've got PS4, PS3, Wii, DS, and then we're also going to finish on some absolutely stunning Game Boy games. So yeah, what we'll do is we're just going to dive straight in, and what I'm going to do is the majority of the stuff we picked up was from one bundle, and I'll give you the price at the end of the video of what I paid for this bundle. So the first couple of games that we've got are all duplicates. We've already got them in the collection. So yeah, I'm just going to rattle through these quite quickly. So first off, we've got For Honor, and the first load of games are all going to be on the PS4. So we've got For Honor, that goes for £3 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Battlefront 5, that goes for £8 at CEX, £9.50 on eBay. So actually that's gone up quite a bit. I probably will flip that one. Call of Duty World of Warfare 2, or sorry, World War 2, World of Warfare. That one goes for £6 at CEX, £8 on eBay. Star Wars Battlefront, this one, actually this, might have to have a look actually to see if my one's got the code card that goes in this. So I'd have to double check that one. That one goes for £3 at CEX, £3.50 on eBay. Then we've got Metro Redux, which we've recently added to the collection, unfortunately. So yeah, I was a bit gutted that when I saw it in this collection. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to use this in next Tuesday's video. So stay tuned to the channel for that, because it is a really special video, and yeah, you'll see on Tuesday what I'll be using it for. That one goes for £10 at CEX, £10 on eBay. Then we've got Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. This one goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. The Elder Scrolls Online, £1.50 at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then Wolfenstein New Order, this one goes for £6 at CEX, £7 on eBay. And one game I actually didn't have on the list, but as I was putting them all up, saw it there. That was Destiny. I think that's only a couple of quid, both CEX and eBay. And then the final one that we've got is disc only, and that is Doom. That goes for £5 on eBay. So yeah. Then we've got a couple that are absolutely so disappointed with, because there was no discs. They were all missing discs. First three we've already got, so I'm not too worried about them. And that is FIFA 15, NAC, and another Call of Duty World War 1. But the three that I am a bit disappointed with, so we've got Killzone Shadowfall, which I have already got in the collection. We've got the Steelbook edition that actually come with my PS4. So when I saw this in the photos that Nicky sent over, I was hoping to add this one into the collection and then move the Steelbook back into my PS4 box. But unfortunately there was some not safe for work discs in there, let's just say that. Yeah, definitely won't be getting added into the collection, but I might look to see if I can track down, just get sort of disc only, and then yeah, we'll finally do that swap around. I think out of all of the games, all the PS4 games that are missing discs, this next one's probably the most disappointing to me, and that was Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. Yeah, unfortunately this was one of the ones, when I saw it on the photo that Nicky sent, I was really looking forward to adding it into the collection, but yeah, when we got it, it didn't have the discs. So yeah, gutted about that. I think I've looked online, the disc goes for about £8. Complete, this goes for about 20, so I probably will look to just grab a copy of the disc. And then the last one was Battlefield Hardline. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if this game is still live anymore. I think it is, or I don't even know if there's an online. I don't think there's an offline version of this. So yeah, I'll have a look. I think we've got it on the Xbox One, so I might have a look. I might try and load up my Xbox One copy and see how we get on with there. Then we get to the PS4 games that we're going to be adding to the collection. And the first one technically is a double, but I'm going to add it in because it is slightly different to the one we've already got. And that is Evolve. So I know that the Evolve servers don't exist anymore, and this is literally going to be a shelf filler now. But currently we've just got the standard Evolve box, whereas this one has got the outer sleeve. So yeah, I'm going to add this one in, and we're going to keep this one. Looking it up online, it goes for £3 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then next up we've got Rainbow Six Siege. I remember playing the beta for this when it was first announced, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, but just never had a chance to really get into it. Oh, excuse me. So that one goes for £10 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then next up we've got Rainbow Six Siege. Yes, it's not Deja Vu. We are adding 2 of them to the collection because this one is actually factory sealed. So yeah, whenever I get a sealed game that I don't really have in the collection, I will add it in. And even if it's a game that we do have, I'll have both copies. So yeah, that one, once again, I've got it down for £10 at CEX. Obviously they don't sell sealed games, but sealed, it goes for £15 on eBay. Then next up we've got Sniper Elite 3. This one goes for £12 at CEX, so quite a big reduction, and to do £15 on eBay. So yeah, I think the Sniper Elite games are really good, really well done, and yeah, whenever I get a chance to play them, I do like to play them. I used to do a lot of target shooting a few years ago. Until I used to do mostly air rifle shooting, but I did do live fire shooting as well. So yeah, I enjoy games like this because it is I know what it feels like, and it's something that I've got an interest in. Next up we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Probably not one that I'm going to be playing too often because I think this is another one where it has the multiplayer on the disc, but the campaign is download only, which is a bit of a shame. Sorry, just going back, Sniper Elite 3 goes for £12 at CEX, £15 on eBay. Call of Duty goes for £8 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then next up we've got another copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. The reason that I'm going to be adding this one in is because we have got Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4, but it's currently sealed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one, keep the version sealed, add this one in. It hasn't got any of the manuals or that, but I might have I think I've got another copy kicking around somewhere. So maybe in the future I might even chop that into CEX. But I think actually me and the little one are looking for some new games to play. So might introduce them to Grand Theft Auto. I think they've played it before, so yeah, might be good to have a couple of copies of that. GTA goes for £15 at CEX, £12 on eBay. Then we've got Drive Club. Once again, another game, I've played it briefly, but never actually had it in the collection, so quite glad to finally get it in. Yeah, definitely haven't got it. That one goes for £5 at CEX, £6.50 on eBay. And then the final PS4 game that we've got that we're adding to the collection is Middle-earth Shadow of War. So obviously we had Shadow of Mordor earlier on. I've got a couple of copies of Shadow of Mordor in the collection. But yeah, don't have Shadow of War. So yeah, really happy to add that in. I'll be honest, when I played Shadow of Mordor, really enjoyed it. I thought the graphics looked absolutely stunning. So definitely looking forward to seeing what that one looks like. Right, so that is all the PS4. So next up, we're moving on to the PS3 games. And once again, I'm going to start off with the doubles. So we've got Killzone 2. That goes for £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. Call of Duty Black Ops, £1 at CEX, £4 on eBay. The other game that I've got, I haven't actually got it here anymore because I've already listed it and it sold so quickly on eBay. And that was Transformers Fall of Cybertron. So I think I actually listed it on eBay, sold it for about £30, which, yeah, immediately it is a brilliant one. But we've already got it in the collection, so yeah, I was happy to just list that straight away. Then we've got MotoGP 08, which I think was in a recent Sunday boot fair. We picked that up. That one goes for £1.50 at CEX, £3 on eBay. We've then got Hitman Absolution. This is the tailored edition. I think we've got this, and we've got the normal version as well, the standard version. So I think this one we originally picked it up from Dan. In the big lot that we picked up earlier on, or a few weeks ago, sorry. That one goes for £1 at CEX, £3.50 on eBay. Operation Flashpoint, Dragon Rising, once again another game that we've had for quite a while in the collection. This one goes for £1 at CEX, and let me just check. Yeah, £1 at CEX, £3.50 on eBay. Then Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. This one is £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. Call of Duty Ghosts, which actually I think originally I played this on the PS4. This was a this was a launch title on the PS4. So it was the one that I actually went all in with it. I got the season pass, got everything, and then I played through the campaign one Sunday afternoon, completed it, then went straight onto the online, and I think 15 minutes later I turned it off, never played it again. So yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts go for £1.50 at CEX, £3 on eBay. We've got yet another copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, this time on the PS3. We've already got this, I think, I got this launch day on the PS3. This was one of the, I think this was, bar the PS4, this was probably one of my last midnight openings that I went to. No, it wasn't. I had this, the PS4, and Fallout 4, I think, was a midnight opening as well. This one goes for £4 at CEX, £8 on eBay. Then we've got Call of Duty World at War. That goes for £2.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Modern Warfare 3, once again another one that I remember getting. I remember queuing up outside my local Sainsbury's to get this at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Went home, played it for a couple of hours, then drove to work, come back, and then played it again for the rest of the evening. But yeah, now that goes for £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. And last double that we've got is Tom Clancy Hawks. Yeah, we actually got this in Tuesday's video, in the bundle that we got off Nicky then. That one, £1 at CEX, £4 on eBay. And then once again we've got a stack as well of games that don't have the discs in, which is really disappointing. So I can't actually find two of them, but they are doubles, so I'm not too worried. So we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We had Resistance Fall of Man and Dead Island Game of the Year edition, which both of them we've already got in the collection. And then Time Shifters was the other double that we had as well. And then the ones that we don't have in the collection, which I was a bit gutted about. So we've got Tom Clancy's Vegas 6, or Rainbow Six Vegas. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. There you go, I'll get it in a minute. Once again, it has these have the manuals in, but they're just missing the discs, which is a real shame. Tom Clancy's End War, Lord of the Rings War of the North, Apache Air Assault, and then the last one was the Transformers Dark of the Moon. I think most of those, so I know War of the North, Apache and Transformers we have got on the Xbox 360, but yeah, I would have liked to have added them into the PS3 set. But next up we are moving on to the PS3 games that we're going to be adding to the collection. And what we got? We've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 new PS3 games to add to the collection, which, yeah, is absolutely amazing. So, first off, we have got a Steelbook, and this is the Resident Evil 5 Steelbook Edition. So, I think I have got the Steelbook on the Xbox 360, but I don't have the outer sleeve. And that's what really drew me to this, was the fact that it had the outer sleeve. And yeah, I think predominantly this was one of the other games that I got. One of the other reasons for picking up this bundle as well was because it had this. And I think actually it's got a bonus DVD in there as well. Yeah, so as you can see, it is complete. It's got the game, the bonus DVD and the manual, which is really good. So that one goes for... Couldn't find it listed at CEX, but it goes for about £15 on eBay. Then we've got Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. This one is complete. It goes for £1.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which I was really surprised we didn't already have this in the collection. It was only when I was going through my... Obviously, what Nicky does is, especially when he gets bundles like this, he will send me over a couple of photos of everything that's in the bundle. Then I'll go through and sort of match up with what I've got in my app. And then normally I send him a list back of what I want. But in this time, I think I just ended up taking the whole bundle because I think it was more than half of the bundle I didn't have. So yeah, I was really surprised I didn't have that in the collection. So that goes for £4 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then we've got Battlefield 3 Limited Edition. Once again, I know that I've got this on the 360, but yeah, it was another one to add to the PS3 collection. Then we've got Blazing Angels. Battlefield 3. That goes for £2 at CEX, £3 on eBay. Blazing Angels, Squadron of World War II. I think I've played one of these before and they weren't great. But yeah, it was another game that we didn't have on the PS3, so decided to add it in. That one goes for £2 at CEX, but £11 on eBay, so quite a big difference there. And then following that up, we've got Blazing Angels 2, Secret Missions of World War II. This one's not quite as valuable. It's £5 at CEX, £6 on eBay. And then another game that I was really surprised I didn't have this on the PS3. I know that I think I've got the full set on the 360. But yeah, it's actually the next two. So we've got Saints Row the Third, and then also Saints Row 4 as well. Surprised I didn't have these in the collection. So yeah, glad that I've actually added them in now. So Saints Row the Third goes for £1.50 at CEX, £6 on eBay, and Saints Row 4 goes for £1.50 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Right, so next up we've got another Tom Clancy game. This time it is Hawks 2. So I've not played this one. As I say, we got the first one in the last video, and then we got the double today as well. But yeah, we had the sequel, which is really good. So yeah, a nice little set going there. That one goes for £1.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got Ghost Recon 2, Advanced Warfighter, sorry. Once again, I've got this on the 360, but didn't have it on the PS3. That goes for £1 at CEX and £4 on eBay. Then we've got Ruse, Don't believe what you see. PlayStation Move features a new online experience. So this is potentially going to be a dead game. If this is an online only game. It says it's got network features, but doesn't say. Oh yeah, it does. It says online. So yeah, unfortunately that's probably not going to be playable, which is a bit of a shame. That one goes for a 150 at CEX, £5 on eBay. We've then got Army of Two, the 40th day. This one goes for 150 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Next up, we've got Brink. So this is another one actually. I think I've seen a couple of people talking about this. So it is one that I'm probably going to give a go. We have already got it on the 360, and actually we did get the strategy guide for this off Dan in the massive gaming bundle that we picked up a few weeks ago. So yeah, nice to have the alternative version on the PS3. Then we've got Medal of Honor Warfighter limited edition. This actually comes with a Battlefield 4 beta as well. Once again, it's I've never really got into the Medal of Honor or the Battlefield games. I was always very much into Call of Duty. Right, so sorry, Brink goes for £1. No, sorry, what we got? I'm a bit lost now. All over the shop. Right, so Brink goes for £1 at CEX, £2.50 on eBay. Medal of Honor goes for £1.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. And then next up, we've got Platinum version of Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. So yeah, I don't have. I've got a couple of Platinum editions on the PS3, but not too many. So yeah, whenever I do see them, I do like to pick them up as a slightly different version. I think we have got the black label of this as well. So that one goes for £6 at CEX, £15 on eBay. So yeah, that was a really good find. And then the last one that we've got is disc only, and that is Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel. Yeah, once again, I am going to look to try and get the cover and the manual for this. But yeah, unfortunately it is just the disc that we've got. That is obviously not listed at CEX because it's disc only, but goes for £9 on eBay. Okay, so next up we've got a couple of other games. I think we've got a couple of PS2 games, a couple of PSP games as well. Next up we've got Turok Evolution. This one we've already got in the collection. That is a double, so that's going to get put to one side. That one goes for £1.50 at CEX, £5 on eBay. The next one actually I didn't realise even existed, but that is a Platinum version of Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, yeah, I didn't realise that there was a Platinum version of this, so I am going to add this into the collection because it's a variant that we don't have. But yeah, that one goes for £3 at CEX, £6 on eBay. Then we've got a couple of PSP games. So first off, we've got Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. That is, I believe it's a double. I thought it was a double, but I haven't got it marked as a double on my list, so that actually might be a new one. It is a Platinum edition, so maybe it's a different variant. That goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. And then we've also got a UMD on its own, and that is Fire Tag Force 5. This is a NTSC US UMD. Couldn't find any prices for this as sort of just UMD only, but yeah, that was in there as well. So yeah, I'll probably look to get a case to put that in, and then try and track down at least the cover, so that we can sort of get it on the shelf. Right, so next up we've got, it is a double, but it doesn't have any discs in. I think the box is completely empty, and that is Fallout 3. Once again, one of my all-time favourite games. I absolutely love this game. I put so much time into it. And yeah, definitely the 360 is the better version to get. Then next up we've got, once again, it's another double, completely filthy, definitely needs a clean, but as I say, it is, as far as I'm aware, it is a double. Once again, I've not got it marked down as one, so I'll have to have a look. And that is Guitar Hero World Tour. That goes for £3 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we get into a stack of Wii games. So the first one that we've got is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I don't think I've actually played any of the Pirates of the Caribbean games on any platform. So yeah, not too sure about how they play. That one goes for 75p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then for a bit more deja vu, we've got Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End on the Nintendo Wii. Once again, I've never played a Pirates of the Caribbean game. So yeah, there was two of these in there, and yeah, don't know what I'll do with the other copy because it's not really worth a lot either. Then next up we've got Call of Duty World at War. This is one that we don't currently have in the Wii collection, so yeah, that will get added in. That goes for £2.50 at CEX and £4 on eBay. Then we've got actually a heavy hitter Wii game, and that is Wii Party. So I currently don't have this in the collection because it's actually quite a sought after game. This one goes for £22 at CEX, £19 on eBay. So yeah, glad to finally have that in the collection. I think it's the last of the sort of the Wii titled games that I was missing. So yeah, really happy to have that. Then just a couple of sort of shovelware games. We've got It's My Birthday. Looks like just another sort of mixture of sort of party games. That goes for £1 at CEX, £6 on eBay. And then we've got Block Party, which is once again, it's another party style game. £2 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then before we move on to the sort of top picks of the day, we've got the last couple of games in this bundle. And then once I've done these games, I'll let you know how much I paid for the bundle, which consists of all the games that we've gone through so far. So these are all DS games. So we've got Tinkerbell. Once again, I am not a massive fan of the Tinkerbell. Or the Tinkerbell movies. I think this is based on like the new, like the Tinkerbell movies that have come out in recent years. Yeah, once again, don't know, not seen it. Not bothered. This one goes for £6 at CEX, £5 on eBay. We've got Junior Brain Trainer Maths Edition. Once again, this was the reason I got this one was because I hadn't ever seen it before. It was something a bit different, so yeah, decided to grab it. That goes for £1 at CEX, £3.50 on eBay. And then, as I say, the last game in this big bundle was Namco Museum DS. This is an NTSC game, but it will still play, which is good. So you've got Pac-Man, Gallagher, Dig Dug. Don't know what that one is. The Tower of the Dragon, Mappy, Galaxium, and Pac-Man Versus. So yeah, a good selection of sort of retro games that you can play on the DS. That one actually goes for quite a good price. So it goes for £18 at CEX. Obviously that is the PAL version, and goes for £15 on eBay. So yes, that is all of the games in that bundle. And for that whole bundle, we paid £30. So yeah, absolutely amazed. Really, really chuffed. And once again, just a massive, massive thank you to Nicky for coming up with these games, because there are quite a few new additions to the collection. I think what we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, so 35 new games that we've added to the collection. 45 new games, sorry. Oh, I've lost count. I'll put the number down here. So yeah, really chuffed with them. Some really nice additions. Once again, a whole load of PS4 games added to the collection. And yeah, my PS4 collection is getting a bit mad. We're already at the point where we're doubling up. So yeah, I might have to have a bit of a sort out to try and get them displayed nicely, because the PS4 games, I like to have them sort of searchable, so that if I'm sitting there and I want to find something to play, I can just sort of scan through the shelf. I don't really like to have them doubled up. But what I am thinking about slimming down the collection. But when I say slimming down the collection, I mean taking stuff out of the shelves and potentially putting the ones that I really don't want to play at the moment into storage. I'm not only getting rid of any of my games, but yeah, I might look to put some of the games into storage, just so that I can have sort of single rows of everything and have everything on display. But yeah, that is for a future time. I'm not worried about that now. So yeah, absolutely amazed. Some really good games there, and yeah, looking forward to spending the time getting them into the shelves. But we are not finished there, because we do have another set of games, and these are, yeah, a real set of heavy hitters. So it's a whole stack of Game Boy games. And what I will say with this is another thing that I mentioned it in the last video. So instead of actually paying for these, I'm actually doing some upgrades to Nicky's computer. So in the last video I said that Nicky was actually managed to get a sort of low-end gaming PC from his local charity shop. I think he paid like 10 or 20 quid for it. And yeah, we've done a bit of work to it, but what I'm going to be looking to do is to put an SSD in there and do a memory upgrade for him. So that works out about £75 that's going to cost. So that's the price that I've attributed to these games. But let's dive straight in and we'll actually have a look at the games. So the first one that we've got is Golf on the Game Boy. I will say they are all just cart only. There's no boxes or anything. So we've got Golf, which, yeah, I think I've played this briefly. I've not spent any sort of amount of time on it. So definitely a nice one to add to the collection. It goes for £4 at CEX, £15 on eBay. We've then got The Humans, which I haven't got a clue about, never heard of it. It was one of the games that he had. Basically what he had done is he'd managed to buy a Game Boy with a load of games from his charity shop, and basically I went through the games and we come to a deal on sort of the ones that I didn't have in my collection already. So yeah, this was one that I didn't already have, so we put it in. $3.50 at CEX, £15 on eBay. Then we've got Krusty's Funhouse. That one goes for £15 at CEX, £16 on eBay. Mickey's Dangerous Chase. I think this is an NTSC, but once again it will still work in the PAL Game Boy. That goes for £4 at CEX, £20 on eBay. I will say I don't think that one was actually released in the PAL regions, so that's why it's an NTSC. We've then got Super Return of the Jedi. This one actually a bit different because it's got the Super Game Boy logo on it as well, to show that it was compatible with the Super Game Boy. That goes for £6 at CEX, £15 on eBay. Then we've got Mortal Kombat 2. That goes for £15 on eBay, £15 at CEX, £20 on eBay. I've seen footage of this, and I think from what I've seen, it's quite a ropey game to play, especially on the Game Boy. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when I actually get a chance to have a go at that. Then we've got F-15 Strike Eagle. Once again, it's one I didn't have in the collection. I've never seen it before, so decided to grab that off him. That one goes for $15.50 off eBay as well. And in addition to that as well, we've also got all of the manuals for them as well. So yeah, this bundle that Nicky had, as I say, it had the Game Boy, it had the games, and then actually within the Game Boy bag as well, they basically had manuals for all the games that they had there. So yeah, really chuffed to have that. Makes it a bit easier actually when I'm trying to track down boxes for these, because I am going to try and get boxes for these, especially the fact that I've got the manuals, because then I can just literally look at box only. And yeah, fingers crossed I can get a couple more boxed Game Boy games for the collection. But in addition to that as well, I also picked up a manual for a game that I've already got in the collection, and this was one of my original Game Boy games that I had when I was younger, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. Now the reason that I got this off Nicky was he did actually have multiples of these, so he does still have a copy of the game with the manual. And then, yeah, as I say, this was an additional one that was in there. Luckily, because it is a game that I am actually desperate to try and get box complete. Yeah, whenever I look, the boxes are normally going for sort of a bit more than I want to pay at the time. But yeah, I think I am going to get to the point where I'm just going to bite the bullet and pick up the box for it. It's a bit easier now I've got the manual. I haven't got to look for box and manual. I can just look for box only. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll be able to add that in soon enough. But there was 2 more games that we picked up from Nicky, and these ones are very much heavy hitters. So the first one that we've got is Spider-Man, or The Amazing Spider-Man. Once again, does come with the manual. This one goes for £12 at CEX, £25 on eBay. So yeah, really chuffed with that. I believe I've seen this before. I think I've had a friend when I was younger who had this. But yeah, a nice new addition to the collection. And then the final one is definitely a major heavy hitter. It is a US version. I'm not too sure if we got a PAL release of this. And that is Kid Icarus. I'll start again. Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. So once again, we've got the manual, we've got the cart. It is just going to be the box that we need to track down. I will say I think the box for this one's going to be very hard to get, because I think complete in box it runs for sort of well over £100. So I think the chance of me finding sort of just the box on its own is probably going to be slim to none. But I am going to keep an eye out. I'll probably get an eBay search set up and keep my eye out for that one. That one goes for £20 at CEX and £45 on eBay. What I will say as well is with the prices that I've done, the CEX price is cart only, whereas the eBay price is cart and manual. So yeah, that's probably why you're getting such the wide sort of disparity between them. And then there was one more pickup that we got. It's still Game Boy related, but yeah, when I saw that he had this, I was like, I couldn't leave without it. And that is the Game Boy Game Genie. So we've recently picked up the Game Genie for the Mega Drive, but I never ever had a Game Genie for my my Game Boy. And what makes this one even better, and one thing that's normally missing, is the little code book that goes in the back of the Game Genie. I know a lot of the ones that I've looked at online don't actually come with the book, so yeah, it's quite rare to find it with the book still intact. So yeah, really chuffed with that. There's a bit of wear to the front, some of the printings come off the front there, but other than that it's in really good condition. So that one goes for £40 on eBay. Couldn't see it listed at CEX. And then, as I say, for that whole bundle we paid £75 essentially. I basically bought him £75 worth of parts for his PC. I say I've bought, I'm going to be buying. So at the end of the month I think I'm going to be picking them up, and then I'll head over and get them fitted. But yeah, some absolutely stonking games across both bundles. Once again, just a massive thank you to Nicky And yeah, really grateful for everything that he manages to find for me. I'm getting a bit disappointed because he's starting to collect games. So he's starting to let the side down a lot at the moment. So recently he's picked up a really nice Master System collection. And I think he's also got a little sort of DS collection going as well. So yeah, Nicky, you're letting the side down. They need to be coming into the games room. No, but as I say, just a massive thank you to Nicky for everything he does for me and the channel. He is a true friend, let's say that. So before we wrap up the video, let's quickly run through the totals. So our total spend today was £105. And if we picked up everything we could from CEX, we would have paid £323.50. And then if we'd got everything we could from eBay, it would have been £632. So yeah, once again, a absolutely amazing haul for Nicky. Once again, a massive thank you. And yeah, that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye.